Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, General Manager of the world's largest online sports handicapping website in the world, and that of course is VegasSportsAdvisors.com. I'll tell you what guys, I've been doing this for 20 some years, but it never ceases to amaze me how every now and then a team will just come out of left field and just shoot you in the back. Case in point, last night I had a big play in college basketball on Arizona, and I was 5-0 this season already with my plays, paid and free picks going on or against the Wildcats. And last night it was a 15 dime play, which matches the highest rated play of my career in college basketball or in any sport, and I was already 6-1 with those 15 dime plays this season, including a play that you got absolutely free on Monday as part of my charity play of the week program when I gave you UC Davis, a 6-point road dog, winning outright at Northern Colorado by 10, including the winner on Saturday when I gave you Kentucky minus 14. They scored the first 24 points of the game against UCLA and rolled by 41 points. So I was feeling pretty good last night when I had Arizona as my own personal best bet, laying 13 points against the running Rebs at Thomas and Mack. This is a UNLV team that was already 0-3 this season against Pac-12 teams and had lost its last home game, or beat in its last home game, only managed to beat Portland by 2 points. And I'm not talking about the Trailblazers here, guys. I'm talking about the Portland Pilots. You know what I mean? And what happens? UNLV wins the game outright. Bye-bye Arizona, number 3 ranking. Bye-bye Arizona being undefeated. And you know what? Every now and then those things happen. It's the way gambling is. There are no guarantees. That I can tell you. Look it up in the dictionary, guys. Guaranteed and gambling are not on the same page. But you know what? You also just have to move on. Oh, yeah, you can mutter a few profanities, and I had my fair choice after seeing the final score of that game last night. But the reality is this. I don't celebrate the wins, nor do I lament the losses, because I think anybody that does, gamblers, handicappers alike, you often miss the next money-making opportunity that's staring you right in the face. You're dwelling on the past. You can't. And if you can't accept losing, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be gambling. That's the bottom line, because you have to go into this thing that we do, that we love, and get the vicarious thrill from with the total knowledge, not an expectation, but the total knowledge that you are going to lose now and then. But the key, of course, is making a profit and turning a profit over the long haul. And that's what I think we do best over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com, because I have assembled the nicest and best group of handicappers out there. Guys that don't win every day, and anybody that claims to win every day does not. They're frauds. They're charlatans. They're con men. They've got a bridge in Brooklyn, they want to say. If they tell you the sky is blue, make sure you look up twice to double check and confirm it. No, nobody wins every single day, but you want to try to turn a profit over the long haul. And that's the key in all this business. And again, I'll tell you, if you want to check out VegasSportsAdvisors.com and get all the plays of all the handicappers, you pick the day. Just go over to VegasSportsAdvisors.com, click on the 1-day free all-access pass, and you will get all their plays, over $1,000 worth of action for free, no strings attached. Free means free. And I do that because I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to sample the wares of everybody, to get a taste. There's no Wizard of Oz here. We don't have to pull back the curtain. There is no curtain. Just go, click on the ad, you get the day for free. That's how it goes. Because this is a business that really has suffered so many indignities over the years, because it has constantly shot itself in the foot, because there's so many con men that have dominated the sports handicapping industry over the past 3 decades that have deservingly, because of their shameful tactics, given it a bad name, given it a black eye. I don't subscribe to that crap, guys. What you see is what you get. I believe in total transparency, which you will find out by watching the daily video report here or over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com. And remember, not only do you get my daily video report, but you also get those of Brandon Lang, who had the 2005 movie made about his life as a professional sports handicapper. That, of course, Two for the Money, in which Matthew McConaughey played Brandon, and also Trace Adam, who, like myself, has been a veteran handicapper for over 20 years. There's no purchase necessary and no registration required to watch our daily video reports or the weekly NFL preview show, Countdown to Kickoff, that Brandon and I, this week, we're talking about 3 of the top games that have playoff implications. NFC North showdown between the Packers and the Lions, the AFC North battle between the Bengals and the Steelers, and that little game out in the AFC West between the Chargers and the Chiefs. That's available in the Countdown to Kickoff show. Okay, without further ado, let's get to your free selections here today. It's an interesting bowl card. I mean, I can't say it's a great bowl card, so we'll do it in reverse chronological order. Let's take a look at the Hawaii Bowl. That game, of course, pitting Rice against Fresno State. I'm looking at the total in this contest, and it's floating around 58 points, okay? I just don't see this game going over because I am just not impressed with this Fresno State offense at all. And Rice, other than, the season finale, which everybody's going to look at and see that the Owls lost 76-31 to Louisiana Tech. Well, other than that game and the game that they gave up 41 points at Marshall, they really were very competitive defensively all season long. Fresno State, I just don't think they have the offensive weaponry to put a lot of points on this board. I don't see either one of these teams getting the 30 points. Am I in love with this free play? No. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not. That's just the reality of it, okay? But I think that if you're going to play it, you got to take the under in this particular game between two teams that are going to find themselves on Christmas Eve in Hawaii. Okay, granted, there are worse places to be on Christmas Eve than in Hawaii. But again, I'm on a 25-14 roll with my complimentary plays the past 16 days, and I will tell you tonight to roll with that game to stay under the total. Now, the early game is the inaugural Bahamas Bowl. They're playing this game in Nassau at a stadium that holds about 15,000. I mean, there are high school football stadiums in Texas, Georgia, and Florida that hold more fans than could possibly squeeze into this one. And if 15,000 show up for this game, I'll be shocked because I just can't imagine people in Nassau going, my God, I got to run over to that game and see Western Kentucky take on, I almost forgot, Central Michigan. I just can't see that as being a biggie. But FYI, this is going to be the first Division 1A bowl game held outside of the United States or Canada since New Year's Day 1937 when Auburn and Villanova battled to a 7-7 tie in the Bacardi Bowl in Havana, Cuba. There you go. If you're on Jeopardy tomorrow, I have now made you a lot of money if that question comes up. Okay, let's talk about this particular game. Listen, Western Kentucky plays no defense. I mean, isn't that quite clear? But I'll tell you what, Western Kentucky wins by simply outscoring its foes. You've got the number 6 total offense in the nation. You've got a quarterback for Western Kentucky, number 1 in terms of total yards this season, threw for over 4,400. Also 44 touchdown passes, I believe, as well. They also have a good running back by the name of Leon Allen, a big guy, burly guy who ran for nearly 1,500 yards and averaged a little over 5.7 yards per carry. Central Michigan hasn't faced anybody that can put points on the board like Western Kentucky can. Just ask Marshall, because Marshall was cruising along, hoping to sneak into a bigger bowl game, hopefully to play a Power 5 conference school. But then it was stunningly upset, 67-66, losing at home in overtime as a 24-point favorite to, you guessed it, Western Kentucky. Part of a 4-0 sweep in the month of November for the Hilltoppers, who scored a hell of a lot of points in those 4 games, 67, 45, 52, and 35. Again, I just don't think Central Michigan has seen anything like this Western Kentucky defense. Plus, let's also admit the obvious. Mid-American Conference teams. 0-5 against the spread last year in postseason play. 1-2 so far this year. Oh, and who was the latest loser? Last night, Northern Illinois. Who beat Northern Illinois? Marshall. Who did Western Kentucky kick the you-know-what out of? Marshall. I don't know. If A equals B and B equals C, then A is greater than C, is it not? I'm going to go in this particular game and take Western Kentucky. It's a 3.5-point number in this game that kicks off at noon Eastern time. I'm going to buy down the half point because, again, anytime the line crosses 3, 4, 7, and sometimes 10, I'm either buying down or buying up the half point, depending on whether I'm on the favorite or the underdog. So it does not matter to me that Central Michigan earlier this season snapped Northern Illinois' lengthy winning streak with a road win. It doesn't matter to me that prior to losing its home finale to Western Michigan 32-20, that the Chippewas had won 3 straight games, because those 3 straight wins came against Buffalo, Eastern Michigan, and Miami of Ohio. And those 3 teams had a combined record of 9-26. What does matter to me, however, is that Central Michigan, one of the key cogs of their offense, their leading ground gamer, ground gainer, Thomas Rawls, who rushed for over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns in just 9 games this season, he is an academic casualty, so he will not be playing today. So again, I'm going to go with Western Kentucky. And that of the 2 free selections today, the other one, of course, being the Rice-Fresno game to stay under, would be the better of the 2 choices. Guys, I wish you well and a happy holiday season. If you're traveling today, please be careful. It's not how quickly you get there. It's whether you do get there safe and sound. Enjoy the day with your family and friends. As for me, hell, I'll be here again tomorrow, so check it out. Best of luck, and I'll catch you again tomorrow here with Vegas Sports Advisors.